Hello and welcome to a cheeky Moving Up bonus episode. Alfie and I are here today. It's Wednesday the 15th of January and award season is well and truly upon us, guys. Obviously the Golden Globes took place last week, but now today the BAFTAs, the EE BAFTA Film Awards, announced the nominees list for this year. I believe it's taking place on the 16th of February, so just after Valentine's Day. So don't get carried away with yourselves, guys. Make sure you're in one piece and ready for the biggest night of the year, or one of the biggest nights.
The biggest British night of the year.
The biggest British night. It's that or the footy at Wembley.
Yay, football.
Way.
Big brother.
The traitors. Speaking of traitors, let's go through and just try and work out what the voters were thinking. Because I think let's just say off the bat, we seem a little bit unsurprised, a little bit bored by the list. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably a good way to start is saying that compared to last year, I think this year's, well, we both agree, and Adam has spoken to a couple of other people and they agree that this year, although there's some cracking stuff in there, it's just lacking a little bit. It's just not, it's not quite sort of what last year had juggernauts, didn't it? It was huge. Like, there were films that were happening last year that were huge and didn't get awards, like Barbie and stuff like that. Just these mega films. And then this year, I feel like I've got about, in every category, there's about one or two where I'm like, yeah, totally. But the enthusiasm's not there from me personally, and I don't think it is from Adam either.
No, it's a weird scenario to be in, because obviously I do still love this, don't get me wrong. I want to go to all the events and celebrate who wins, but at the same time I'm like, well, there's no Killers of the Flower Moon, there's no Holdovers, there's no what else do we have?
Barbie, Oppenheimer, there was a couple more, wasn't there? Huge ones, like
I think that's the thing. Actually, I don't think there's many mainstream films this year. That could potentially be it, because it's almost like the BAFTAs were announced today, and I've been working at the uni, as we mentioned in last episode, and it was on the screen on the TV, and we had a radio bulletin at midday, so you missed it being announced. But when I got back to the newsroom, maybe it's just me thinking this, because I know we did this last year, but no one was paying attention to it. No one was talking about it. I spoke to the lecturers about it, but they didn't seem engaged. They're like, oh, so who's nominated? Because I haven't really seen many films this year. I was like, what? Like, has nothing grabbed your attention? And they're like, not really. But I'm trying to think, like, going through the list of the best films this year, I don't think many people would know them all.
Yeah, they're slightly more low, not sort of. Yeah, they're not blockbusters, are they? By any means, there's not free blockbusters there. There's not these huge event movies. They seem slightly more low key.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, I suppose. Maybe last year was an outlier. Maybe maybe we've got to remember that. And then the year before, wasn't it Top Gun Maverick and Avatar? So maybe we're being a bit biased here, but still, we're going to go through them, or at least some of the main categories. But let's start with leading actor. Do you want to list these down?
Absolutely. So, from the EE BAFTA Awards, leading actor, the nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo from Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes from Conclave, Hugh Grant, Heretic, and Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. If you told me to list the ones that are going to be in that category in the Oscars, that's most of them. I wouldn't. Hugh Grant might be in the Oscars, but for the BAFTAs, because he's British, I'm like, yeah, for sure, of course Hugh Grant's there. Opinions on that, Adam? What are you thinking?
I think it's pretty standard. Again, it just feels a bit predictable. Not necessarily a bad thing, because I think they were they've been rightfully celebrated there and nominated. For me, I think, bear in mind, I haven't seen The Brutalist or A Complete Unknown, but I really did think Coleman Domingo was bloody excellent in Sing Sing. Then Sebastian Stan as well, a very brave role to take on, to be Donald Trump, given the year we've just had. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so I'm still missing out on a couple of these. That is something that annoys me, is that with the Oscars, obviously a lot of these are all films that potentially haven't even released yet. Which obviously this is the BAFTAs, not the Oscars, but yeah, The Brutalist isn't out in the UK yet, and it's barely out in America. And then A Complete Unknown isn't out yet, and Sing Sing has had very limited screenings in my local cinema. I've seen barely any of these, mate, so it's difficult to say. But I'm going to do my homework over the next week. I think it might be Coleman Domingo's time, because he got nominated last year as well, for main actor
good
as
shout.
well. So I reckon potentially gets it through that. Sometimes they do the Legacy Awards, though, don't they? So potentially, yeah. Adrian Brody, I don't know if he's won before. I don't know if he won for The Pianist potentially. But if not, maybe it's his year.
Moving on then to supporting actor, we've got Yura Borisov for Anora, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, Clarence Macklin in Sing Sing, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. So quite a lot of overlaps in terms of the films there with the leading actor. Going through that, I think Yura being nominated for Anora is strange, because he's only got a very... if it's the actor I'm thinking it is, he's only got a very small role in that film. It's meaningful by the final scene, but I don't know if I don't think he'll win that, if I'm being honest. Kieran Culkin plays such a great role in that A Real Pain film. I do fear that it's too similar to his work in, I was going to say Severance, it's not Severance.
Succession, or everything he's ever been in, yeah.
Yeah. In Home Alone 2. No. Again, not seen The Brutalist. Jeremy Strong's very good in The Apprentice. Clarence Macklin, I think, is he one of the guys that was in prison? Is he one of those actors that was part of the team? Let me just look that up quick. Yeah, he was. Yeah, so he actually was arrested and got into acting through the correctional facility, the real life Sing Sing group. Actually, I think that would be a fantastic win if he got that. So just on principle alone, I'd actually like him to win.
Nice. That's cool. And then we've got for leading actress, Cynthia Erivo, Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez, Marianne Jean Baptiste from Hard Truths, Mikey Madison, Anora, Demi Moore, The Substance, and Saoirse Ronan from The Outrun. Shocked Wicked's on her, if I'm honest. I'm glad it's getting a bit of recognition, but I'm shocked it's on here. The film that should we do a rant about it, Adam? You haven't seen it, have you, Amelia Perez?
No, but go on.
Don't. Josh mentions it in his email that we'll read out, I guess on the next episode. But all I've seen for this film is scathing criticism, as you put it earlier. And I did not like this film. I think it's just offensive and rubbish. Like, I don't want to be as dim as just going, it's a shit film, but I really think it is. I do not know how it's got so many nominations. But out of these ones, Demi Moore in The Substance is the one that I am longing for. I would love her to win it. Proper would love that. What about you, Adam?
I really fell in love with The Outrun, so I think Saoirse Ronan would be very deserving of the BAFTA there. But then part of me is like, Saoirse Ronan's been at the top of her game for a while now, and I don't know if The Outrun is different enough or particularly special enough, quote unquote, to get her the BAFTA. Or even if she's excellent in it, I think because she's been so consistently brilliant, I don't know what would set that apart. Mikey Madison is excellent in Anora. Yeah, but I think Carla Sofia Gascon will... No. We'll see about that. That's interesting, though, having a trans woman in the leading actress category. That's quite huge.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah. That'd get some uproar from the gammons. Didn't even think about that one, yeah. And then we've got supporting actress Selena Gomez, Amelia Perez, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Jamie Lee Curtis, The Last Showgirl, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, and Zoe Saldana, also Emilia Perez. It's getting the nominations, mate. I think it's going to win a couple of them.
God, yeah, I don't know about that. Haven't seen The Brutalist again. Haven't seen The Last Showgirl. Haven't seen Emilia Perez. Isabella Rossellini only has a small role in Conclave. I thought she's fine, though. Ariana Grande's comedic timing in Wicked was pretty excellent. So
yeah, she is excellent in that. Like, I was ready to slag her off so much, but she was completely unrecognisable. I didn't see Ariana Grande once. I saw a completely different person. She was actually great in that film. Like,
the sort of biggest category of the night, I suppose, best film: Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez. Alfie's shaking his head.
I need to see The Brutalist and I need to see A Complete Unknown. I can't make a decision on these films, and these films aren't even out yet. Like,
it's interesting. Did I review Anora and Conclave on the same episode? I feel like I might have. So. Or it was within the same week anyway. So that's quite funny. Both very solid films. I can't pass judgment on that category just yet, so we'll move on. Outstanding British film. We've got Bird, Blitz, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Hard Truths, Kneecap, Lee, Love Lies Bleeding, The Outrun, and Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul.
Love this category. This is a fun one. This is a bit more like we're getting more different films in here now, and like they're not like they're small films or anything, are they? But it's nice to see some other names in here. I was speaking about Mark Commode's top 5, and he had both Hard Truths and Love Lies Bleeding in his top 5. And I saw the trailer for Hard Truths yesterday when I saw Baby Girl that we're reviewing in a bit. Did you see? Have you seen the trailer for Hard Truths?
No, I don't think I have. Not yet.
Give that a watch, mate. We'll have a chat about that. It looks good. It's giving the same vibes as, not in any way the film, but just the theming and the setting of it is giving like Rye Lane, just in the way it's like British film in London, very like clearly low budget, just focuses on like one or two people kind of thing. I think it's about a woman. I couldn't really tell you what was wrong with her. She obviously has some kind of like anxiety or social issue. It looks fun, actually. It looks good. It clearly is going to be a bit of a hard hitter. It looks like it will impact some people. But yeah, I saw the trailer for that yesterday and thought it looked quite good. So I look forward to watching that one.
Brilliant. Again, love to see the Outrun in there, and Lee as well, getting some flowers. Kneecap was an excellent biopic last year as well. If you haven't seen those three, then I do recommend that you try and seek them out, listeners. Original screenplay, we've got Honora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Colbert, and Mona Fastvold. Kneecap, Rich. Oh, there's loads of very Irish names there. I'd rather not.
Go on, give it a go, just for a bit of fun. Rich Peppiat, Niall O'Callaghan, Liam Ogo Hanada, JJ Doherty.
Yeah, sounds about right. A Real Pain, Jesse Eisenberg, and The Substance, Coralie Fargiat, is it?
Yeah, she's French, I think.
Fargate.
Yeah, Substance for me, but like I said, still haven't seen Brutalist and Kneecap as well, yeah. Or Real Pain.
I can see that going towards Honora or The Brutalist. I think Kneecap's great. I don't know if The Substance... Is the screenplay the strongest part of that film, or is it the effect and the acting?
No, it's
I don't know.
The vibe of the film and the performances, for sure.
We'll do adapted screenplay, we may as well. A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing. Yeah.
Is that
That's adapted screenplay.
It's not many, is it? Emilia Perez again, like you said. You're going to catch Nickel Boys very soon, right?
Yeah. From what I understand, it's about... it's a first-person film that's shot either as though you're the main character or over his shoulder.
Right.
And you only see the character when he looks up at a roof or if he looks in a mirror and things like that, which I think sounds really playful and quite cool. But it's about him looking through articles and finding out and sort of reminiscing about his time at school, that I think is a real kind of either based on a real event or heavily influenced by one of the two, about going to a school in America that was very abusive. So it sounds like it might be a very interesting watch, quite a hard watch. I've heard people say it's got a similar vibe to After Sun, actually, in the way that it's about memory recall and it's very dreamlike, and you're not quite sure whether it's a sort of unreliable narrator kind of situation. So I'm excited to see that next week. Yeah, that sounds
interesting. While we're here, we won't go through all of them, but we'll just pick out a few more that we want to talk about. The main one that we want to talk about is the lack of there you go, original score. So we've got Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, which I'm happy about, The Wild Robot. What film isn't on there, Adam?
On score?
Yeah.
Challenges?
Yes,
where's Challenges?
Where the hell is Challenges? Insane. Actually insane.
Why
I don't think it's got a single nomination.
I'm not seeing it here, man. Crazy.
What's wrong with
That's
them?
Objectively wrong. That's not right. Like,
straight
Challenges
up.
Should be in.
It
Challenges
won.
should be one of the big hitters in my mind.
It won the Golden Globe. Why isn't that even got a nomination?
That's
Baffling.
mental.
And then it's also worth talking about director as well. We got Sean Baker, Anora, Brady Kober, The Brutalist, Edward Berger, Conclave, and then this is the one, Dune Part 2, Denis Villeneuve. Not much love for Dune Part 2 on here, other than a couple. I think he's releasing it at the wrong time, mate. If he released it at the tail end of the year, I think it would get more consideration. But because it's such an early release, I think that everyone's forgetting about it.
Yeah, and the sad thing is as well, Queer's not getting any love either, so I don't think that's gone down massively well. Maybe if they'd switched it round, maybe that would have worked. But then part of me is like, so much of the reason why I liked Challenges was because it did feel so energetic and quite summery.
Summery, yeah, absolutely. It fitted the time, didn't it? Like Wimbledon was probably around the corner at that point. Like, yeah, absolutely.
So there we are. I think that's the main ones we wanted to cover. Again, the biggest snub I think for me is Challenges. What's your overall thoughts after going through a few of them there?
That I've got some homework to do. I need to go watch more films. That's my overall thought. I mean, some of them I can't even go watch yet, which is the main crazy thing. I'm happy Nosferatu got a couple of nods on there. Overall, the film I'd like to win most of those is The Substance. That was easily one of my favourite films. So that is my pick. I don't think it will, but that's the one I'm going to be backing. I'm looking forward to, especially when because a lot of these films are going to be cropping up for the Oscar list, obviously. So I'm looking forward to that getting released and then going through that and ticking off every single film and making sure I've watched it. And then we'll be able to have a really good discussion the further into the awards season we get.
The good thing about the BAFTAs as well, especially this year, I reckon if you watch about 15 films, you've seen 90% of the nominations. So
yeah, other than like foreign languages, you're all good. Yeah, literally.
Fingers crossed for Nosferatu, mainly from me, and I wouldn't be mad if Conclave did well. I think it's a strong film in its own right. But there we are. That's our little response to the BAFTA nominations. Fingers crossed we can actually get into the room or pose some questions to the winners or nominees on the day. We will update you listeners as soon as we hear anything about that. But for now, we're sending off emails and just flashing the BAFTA press office a winning smile and a cheeky
wink. Yeah. This is obviously a little bonus episode, but our next full episode, which will be episode 52, I think, that is going to be reviewing Baby Girl, and a bit of chat about Nosferatu, and we've got three pieces of contact from our listeners, which is nice. So we're going to talk about that, but mostly Baby Girl. So you can catch that a little later in the week.
Definitely. And are you going to rant about Emilia Perez as well? I want to hear you review that.
I think we need to wait for you to watch it, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay.
I will talk a bit, yeah. I'll talk a bit about it, but we should wait for you to review it.
We'll save it. I can imagine it might be a colourful episode.
If you'd like to get in touch, tell us your thoughts about these nominees and what you'd like to see win, you can email in hello@movieonup.com.
You can also go to our socials, Instagram and TikTok. The handles are both at Moving Up.
Nice one. Thank you for listening, and catch us in the next one.